Redbubble is an e-commerce platform that's specifically catered for people who want to have a passive income. But many people who try to sell on Redbubble fail for many reasons. If you're new here, remember to subscribe and like this video for more content about Redbubble. I've been selling on the platform for a ton of years. I also have expertise about many other platforms on the web as well. So remember to like and subscribe for those videos. So now getting into it. Number one of the big reasons why a lot of people fail on Redbubble is because they don't upload what people want. Now, I know it seems very obvious, but let me explain exactly what I mean here. If you upload a design that you think is going to be a big seller, or if you just get something from pexels.com or something, some stock image, and you think is going to be a big seller, that's what I did when I first started selling on Redbubble, and it did not work. And most of the designs that I uploaded in terms of the ones that I got in stock images did not work to my benefit. You have to create your own designs, either that or you can kind of, take inspiration from other designs that are bestsellers on Redbubble or even bestsellers on Amazon, as well as eBay, Etsy, and other platforms as well. Now, it's really important that you understand this. And I know if you put a bunch of effort and you put a bunch of designs that you may think are good and you just put them on Redbubble and you think, oh, this is definitely going to sell. It may not sell because the designs are just not what other people want. It's not about you. You need to understand this. It's not about what you think is a good design. It's about what I think is a good design. It's about how all people that want to buy your product, of what they think of the design. If they think it's a great design, they'll buy it. Remember, you're not trying to please yourself here, obviously. Unless you really do know what you're doing, unless you're a young entrepreneur who knows a lot about graphic design, a lot about marketing, a lot about how, to cater to what a certain niche is. Unless you're there, at least if you're at that point, then that's fine. I was at that point once when I tried to sell, stuff that I thought was great. I thought, oh, this is definitely going to be a big seller. And no, it just wasn't. I mean, whether it wasn't popular, whether it wasn't trending, you need to understand that trending products, trending niches, maybe things that were hot 10 years ago are probably not going to sell nowadays. Now, obviously it depends on what that niche and what that product is, but you need to understand a lot of people fail because they are so wrapped up into what big sellers were, 10 years ago, or what big sellers were 5 years ago, and they're not in the now. Big sellers nowadays in the present time are very simple designs. You don't need to be an expert graphic designer. Luckily nowadays, there are a lot of brands, especially like the MLB or NFL, that are creating designs that are very simple. Like, they're extremely simple. I mean, we're talking the most simplified versions of a simplified graphic design. So you really don't need to be an expert by any means nowadays to be a graphic designer and to design something on Photoshop or whatever. If you think way too deep, if you are not following some of these trends, then you may not be successful on the platform. Another reason why people may fail on Redbubble is because they're not sticking to, it's around 5 of the most popular products. And I'm sorry, I don't want to hear about acrylic blocks. I don't want to hear about tapestries. I don't want to hear about any of that crap, because the top 5 sellers on Redbubble are clothing, stickers, phone cases, clothing, stickers, and phone cases and stickers. That's it. It's really 3, okay? But in all seriousness, clothing, stickers, phone cases, all right? Now, obviously, yeah, sure. You're going to get some travel mugs. You're going to get some mug sales. You'll get some, oh God, I don't know, posters every once in a while, depending on, of course, what the product is. But for the love of Redbubble, can you please stick to these 3? Redbubble is going to try to sell you a bunch of other products to try to sell, like tapestries, blankets, all that crap. You might sell 1 or 2. Don't get me wrong. I have sold a tapestry. I have sold, what do you call it? One of those like throw blankets or whatever they're called. But, pillows every once in a while. Obviously depends on what the product is, what the design is. But most of the time, you're not going to sell these things. You're not going to sell dresses. You're not going to sell this and that. And that's why so many people fail on Redbubble, is because they concentrate so much on the dresses, on making the products exactly correct. You definitely want to obviously stick to phone cases as well as clothing, because these are going to be your, items that you're going to make the most profit on, the highest margins really. Now, stickers sell like crazy, and you're going to want to stick to, again, clothing, stickers, phone cases. There are others, obviously. There are other options that you can kind of concentrate on, like possibly hats. I know hats is a big one now, but those three will always, until the end of time, be the top 3 sellers on Redbubble if you do them correctly. Now, this is a big failure. This is why so many people fail on Redbubble, is because they don't upload the products correctly to either phone cases, or clothing or stickers, and they upload them wrong. They upload the product and it doesn't, not in the right specs on the shirt, or, it would become too small on a certain sticker, and you won't be able to sell the big stickers, and you'll only be selling the smaller stickers. This is another big reason why people fail on the platform. And you need to concentrate on selling those 3: clothing, stickers, phone cases. Those are the top 3. And people who fail don't stick to those. Another reason why people fail is because commissions are not high enough. You have to set the commissions, but you need to also make sales based on how high these commissions are. So just make sure they're not too high so people don't buy the products. You want to make sure they're set just enough so you make the most amount of money and the customer will buy the product as well. You need to make sure of both of those things. That's very key here. Another reason why people fail, once again, we've mentioned this previously in this video, is because the dimensions are not good enough. I have a video entirely dedicated to the proper dimensions on Redbubble. Remember to check that out. Remember to check that out on this channel, and also subscribe for that as well. You need to make sure, again, the dimensions are specific to what you're selling on Redbubble. Again, what I would do is I would stick to clothing, phone cases, stickers. All right? Those are the big sellers on Redbubble. You will get other sellers, like I said, but those are the top 3. And make sure the dimensions apply to those items. And make sure also that you upload correctly in terms of making the product image, set specifically for either the phone cases, the shirts, and the stickers. Like all 3 of those, I should say. Make sure all 3 of those are uploaded correctly with the correct dimensions, and you'll sell a ton of those items. Another reason why people fail is because the designs suck. And this means that, going back to what we said previously in this video, the items you may try to sell items that people just don't want. But if you're just going to be like joking about it, like, hey, Jimmy, look what I just uploaded. It's some, bull crap. It's not going to make sales most likely, unless it's like some sort of gag gift or whatever. It obviously depends on what the product is. But you need to make sure, it doesn't matter what it is, a comedy gift or some sort of great graphic design. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. Just make sure people want it. And make sure the design is not doesn't have any crap behind it. Like, make sure it's a PNG, make sure it's a proper JPEG. Just make sure, depending on, it doesn't matter what the item is. If it's something that people want, people will buy it. Just make sure of that. I see all the time, I know it drives me crazy. People upload just literal crap to the platform. Like a little circle with a white on it, like a white circle. People are not going to buy this crap. People are not going to buy, these stock images, like crappy stock images, that is. If you want to upload like fun stuff, like things that that's like near and dear to your heart, that's probably going to sell, and if there's a market for it. Just make sure there's a market for every single thing you sell on Redbubble, or again, you're going to fail. Because if there's no market for like a little white circle or something, it's not going to sell on Redbubble. Now, again, you couldn't brush this video off. You could just be like, well, what are you talking about? Of course, I've sold crap on Redbubble. Yeah, listen, everybody has. I've actually sold a few stock image crappy items before when I first started. But let me tell you something. Selling a few items on Redbubble is a lot different from selling thousands of them. So yeah, sure, you'll sell a couple items that are kind of crappy or whatever every once in a while, or you may say to yourself like, wow, I can't believe I just sold this. Sure, you'll possibly get some sales depending on what the item is. But listen, making $20 to $75 a month is a lot different, once again, than making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and so on. Because guess what? That is very, very, very possible to do on Redbubble if you do this correctly. Why wouldn't you want to give it your best when you're, just on the computer, just uploading and creating? You want to make sure your items stand out from all the rest. If you don't, sure, you'll get $20 a month, $75 a month, whatever. You'll pay your phone bill. I mean, you'll probably get sales, of course, depending on what you're selling. Like, you need to understand that a lot of people fail on Redbubble, but a lot of people also succeed on the platform as well. And the people who do succeed follow a lot or most or all of the steps that I'm telling you in this video. What does succeeding on Redbubble mean? What does failing on Redbubble mean? Well, failing on Redbubble does mean even making sales like $20 to $75 a month. But if you really want to succeed and you really want to sell on Redbubble, make $500 a month, make $1,500 or even $10,000 a month and so on. That to me is succeeding on Redbubble. And those are the people I'm trying to talk to in this video. So that's what you need to understand. So again, so many people succeed on the platform. And I don't want to be misleading here. It just really depends on what your definition of succeeding means. So again, $20 to $75 a month, it ain't good enough for me. For me personally, to see people making $1,500 to $10,000 a month, that is succeeding on the platform. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you guys subscribe, like this video for more, and also hit the notification bell for more videos about Redbubble, Shopify, as well as Etsy and a ton of other e-commerce type videos as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.